Hi, I'm Crystal, and I'm here with 10 things that I've learned on YouTube. This series was started and is hosted by the Rose Life, and I will link her channel below. So some of the things that I've learned going from viewer to creator, first, and I think a lot of people have mentioned this, is that it is a surprising amount of work. I always assumed when I was a viewer that the crafts were the majority of the work, but it turns out that's really less than half of it, and all the filming and editing and voiceover and posting, that really is more than half the effort. Um, it just is something you learn as you go, but that was interesting to me. The second thing that I learned is that very few creators are making any money directly from YouTube. So if you look at people who are making $50 a month or more, it is 1/4 of 1% of all the people with channels on the platform. And so as a viewer only, I didn't really understand the merchandise sales and the channel memberships and the Ko-fi and Etsy shops and all that stuff. But now I get it, because if somebody is doing this full-time or almost full-time, they really do need to make an income, and getting paid directly from YouTube seems chancy. Making the videos often is like talking to yourself or shouting into the void. In my normal job, I do a lot of training, and for the last 5 or 6 years, that has all been on Zoom. And so when I'm doing a training session and I'm talking to 100 people and they all have their cameras turned off, it is a lot like recording a YouTube video, because you don't get any audience interaction at all. So it's been really helpful to me to have some YouTube creator friends, because I can kind of picture them as I'm recording the YouTube videos. If you are a creator, though, you can console yourself with some statistics. If you have got 100 subscribers, you are in the top 25% of all the channels on YouTube. If you have got 1,000 subscribers, you're in the top 9% of all channels. And the people with 10,000 subscribers are in the top 2%. So that's just so interesting to me. But because you're not being paid, you really have to enjoy it in some way to continue. And I really got started in this because I'm kind of stuck at home a lot. My in-laws moved in with us early in the pandemic. My mother-in-law cannot be left at home alone for extended periods of time. So that really curtails the amount that I can go out and do things away from home. And so getting into YouTube was a good outlet for me. And I really have enjoyed it. Now, I do have some feelings about being on YouTube. And prior to all of this, I would have told you that I'm solidly in Gen X, and our generational motto is whatever. But it turns out that's not true. Um, it is tough when you start doing something like this and you've got friends that you've supported through the years with, you went to every Mary Kay party or every Pampered Chef party or every kid's soccer match or whatever it was, and they're not in return watching, one or two short free videos. So you do have to adjust your expectations and not let your feelings get hurt. But it does mean that I deeply, deeply appreciate every single viewer. And I mean, all of you, everybody who ever watches my channel, I appreciate. But I do want to say a special thank you to Mrs. Lewis. This is my best friend's mother, and she has watched every single video. And particularly when you're starting out and you just think, well, no, I had no views. I had no views. Mrs. Lewis saved me from having no views, and it has really made a difference to me, and I really appreciate it. And I've made so many YouTube creator friends over the couple of years that I've been doing this, and I love all of them. But I just want to make a special mention of Judy at my scrapbook loft, because she did a very early view request where she boosted my channel that really helped me stick with it. I think otherwise I might have made 20 videos and called it quits. But because of Mrs. Lewis and because of Judy at my scrapbook loft, I was encouraged to stick with it. And so if you're a viewer and you're wondering if your view, your comment, your like, your subscription makes a difference, it really does. And particularly to the really small channels. So, if somebody's video comes across your feed and they've got 50 subscribers and 2 views, you will make their day. In my transition from viewer to creator, as a viewer, I never was a commenter or a liker. But now that I understand how this works more, And every time I watch a video by laptop or on my phone, I am liking and commenting. It's really tough if you're watching on TV, and I do watch a lot of YouTube on TV, and that makes it just unreasonably difficult to comment. And I am often going to my subscription tab and letting it play all day. I learned that the average viewer subscribes to about 40 channels, and that did surprise me because I know I'm subbed to over 100 channels. But you learn as you go along. So now something that's a little bit more specific to kind of my area of YouTube is haul videos. So I understand why people film these. I mean, if you're shopping anyway and you want to share what you've bought, so I get why they film them. I get why they're popular for viewers. Shopping is fun and exciting and accessible. But I struggle to watch them because I am definitely on a no buying period. I have plenty of craft supplies. I don't need more. And when you watch haul videos, I think it kind of encourages shopping. And no shade intended, but I decline to contribute. So when I fall off the wagon and buy something, I really try hard not to show those items and encourage people to shop. You might say, but Crystal, I've looked at your description boxes and you have shopping links. Yes, I do. And I started doing that mostly because I saw other people in my niche area of YouTube doing it. So I started out doing it. I do have an Amazon affiliate account because it makes the links to Amazon really short. But in all the time I've been on YouTube, I think I've made $18 off of Amazon. So not significant. I'm not an affiliate anyplace else. And, I wonder why I even do links at all. I need to do some more self-reflection on this subject. But I will say that when I am starting out to do a video, I am writing the description box first. And so that's when I go to see if the product is still available or if it's on clearance or whatever's going on with it, get the name right. And so that's how I end up putting in the shopping link. So I am going to have to think about that some more to be consistent with my philosophy. Now, I have had some surprises as I've gone along. One of the things that's been a little surprising to me is the spam emails and the spam comments that you get. No place is safe. So I do have an email address for YouTube that's separate from my regular email address, and the spam is just unrelenting. And then the final thing that I've learned about YouTube is that an awful lot of YouTube creators do related content. So they might do Instagram or have Facebook groups or be on TikTok or, all that stuff. I tried Instagram. I don't know. It just wasn't really my thing. I still have an Instagram account, but I don't really post there. I do have a blog, which I'm kind of inconsistent about updating, but it is basically a written version of whatever video I'm doing with a link back to the YouTube video. But if you're doing related content because you want to boost your YouTube engagement, I found that the best way to do that is to use the social media that you use consistently. Because if you start out and say, well, I'm going to do this other social media because it's going to be beneficial, that doesn't really work out. So if you're going to have a Facebook group, you have to be on Facebook regularly. And if you're going to do Instagram, you have to be on Instagram regularly. So that's what I've learned from being on YouTube. I enjoy everybody's videos, and I love to see comments, and I just appreciate all of you. So thanks for joining me today and any other day you've come by. Hope you have a wonderful day.